You want to get a hold of Teddy? And kill him? I made friends in Cuba. One's in the KGB.
You for real?
Fight fire with fire.
We gonna have to burn this whole motherfucker to the ground, mama.
Then let's go.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Snowfall, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video, leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Snowfall Season 5, Episode 10, the season finale. This is the recap, man, and it's been a long time coming. This season, it flew past, and now in this, season finale, your boy Franklin, he was going up against all odds, man. He was going up against everything, and it seemed like every time he tried to figure out something, he ended up getting knocked right back down. Your girl Louie hit him upside the head with, having Detective Bucko come out of nowhere, blindsiding him. He was not expecting that, and he said, you know what? I guess it's all out war now. So he teamed up with Kane's peoples, and he told Kane that it was Louie that put that hit out on him. So you already know in Season 6 that Kane, his boys, they coming for Louie. They coming for her. And as Leon told her, she better be ready for what's to come. But your boy Teddy, once again, he was able to survive all of this. He was able to also get Franklin's money, and everything was good in his life until the end of the episode when Ruben got those files and he snatched up Parissa. So now what is Teddy going to do? He's going to have a lot on his plate because he feels like he's untouchable, right? But we know it is some weaknesses from your boy Teddy. He has a family too. They showed us the family. We already seen the family throughout the whole series, but they showed the family once again at the beginning of the season because his partner was asking him, were they, all okay? And Teddy said they good. So I'm pretty sure in Season 6, his family will be exposed and he won't feel so protected like he's all good. I mean, this dude went in and took the 73 M's and he's thinking it's all good, but I cannot wait until Season 6 to see this dude finally go down. It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough, but Franklin, it seems like he has to, take it to the next level to get the job done. And based off what we saw at the end of this episode, Franklin, he's at a new level and he's willing to do whatever it takes. He has the mentality of a person with nothing to lose. And with the help of his moms, I'm telling you right now, it's going to get ugly in Season 6, man. No one is going to win at all. It's not going to be a winner. And Franklin, he probably would rather have it that way. He probably would rather have everybody go down, whether his body's getting dropped off or whatever. He's like, look, I helped build this up. This was my vision, and I'd be damned if anybody takes it from me. And if I go down, we all gonna fall together. That's the energy that I got out of Franklin at the end of the episode, and I hope he keep that same energy in Season 6 because he's going to need it. He's definitely going to need it. But also, your boy Avi, he got smoked, you know what I'm saying? So we are smoking on that Avi pack. This is, the second day. Your boy Avi, he's an OG. He's been here since day one. He's Franklin's original plug, but man, he had to go. And eventually we knew what was going to happen just based on the simple fact that Ruben could not trust him. And it didn't seem like Ruben was going to be, telling him the truth about keeping him alive. When Avi even told him, all I want to do is to stay alive, this dude was telling him like, look, you ain't in no room to negotiate. So this man can't negotiate his life. That let me know right there, like this dude ain't playing. And his peoples told him, you better get something, because if you don't get something, it's going to be bad news for you. So, man, yes, your boy Avi was not able to survive, but we knew who Avi was. Avi's already explained to us in the prior seasons that he would do whatever it takes to survive. And if he has to get people up, that's exactly what he does. He's done it before. Franklin already confronted him about this. When he robbed Franklin a few seasons ago, Franklin confronted him, and Avi pretty much told us who he was. So this is why I knew he would give information up to Ruben if he had to. But at least Avi put it out there. He wasn't hiding it. And, he did help out a lot with this whole thing with Franklin. And it's just sad to see him go. But somebody had to go. Somebody had to pay. And unfortunately, it had to be your boy Avi. But Avi did give up that intel on Teddy, which is going to be used for the next season. So I cannot wait to see it. But let's begin the recap. I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 10? What happened? The episode begins off with Veronique and Franklin. And of course, Franklin is clapping those cheeks. I mean, we starting off with some cheeks getting clapped. Your girl Veronique, she's having a good old time. I mean, I couldn't tell if he was clapping those cheeks or if they were just high off that LSD because they was looking real weird to me. But besides that, Franklin, he's all in his feelings. He's talking about, man, I can't believe it is over. Veronique is happy. Franklin is like, man, we might as well just get married. After going to Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome's wedding, he's thinking about just, settling down and making the right decisions. And he wants to make sure that he makes the right decision with her and he does not slip up once again. So as of right now, Franklin is having a good episode. But we know after this, it's going to be bad news for Franklin throughout the entire episode up until the end. Now, we get to Ruben, and of course he has Ivy hemmed up in the back of this trunk, and he's telling his peoples like, look, I need a safe house because I need to go and read through these files. And of course, he shows the guy that Ivy is still alive, so he has to make sure he gets exactly what he needs. He tells him like, look, he did not know the target was going to be inside of the building. It was 3 a.m., so Ivy wasn't even supposed to be there. Ruben's game plan was to go in, get the files, and leave. He never wanted to even engage with Ivy at all. But now, he really has to clean all of this up. He has to make sure those files have the information that he needs, and he also has to make sure Ivy is not going to be a problem for him. Now, Gustavo's chick, Azamara, she is in the house, and of course, she sees the bug. Of course, this is, a recording device, and she understands that this is serious and that any information that is recorded on this device can be used against them. So she wants to get in touch with Gustavo. She is telling him it's not no problem. She just wants to spend some time with him or whatever. She kind of plays it off just to get him to come there. Then we get to Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome. They having a good old time on their honeymoon. I mean, they're living their best life, right? And of course, Jerome, he ain't really trying to have Aunt Louie answer no calls, you know what I'm saying? He's just trying to kick it and just relax. But we know that's not going to be the case because Teddy is hitting Aunt Louie up. He is telling her that Franklin is out. He has quit the game and all the work is going to be on her. And he just asked her like, look, can you handle all of this? It's going to be all on you now. And Aunt Louie says, yes, I got it. But you can tell from the look on her face that she doesn't really believe that. She's like, man, he really quit. And she can already feel the pressure on her back. And she tells Jerome this, like, man, Franklin is out. And she said this could be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? We may not have any more bitterness, no more issues, no competition. We good. And pretty much she's thinking like it's not going to be any problems, right? Jerome is looking like, I don't know about that. You can tell Jerome don't feel that way. He's like, man, it is what it is. He kind of just played it off, but Jerome is not feeling like this is going to be a good outcome when it's all said and done. Then we get to Franklin, and he has found out that all his money is gone. 73 million gone. I mean, he was tweaking out, and I don't blame him at all. I was tweaking out. I had to check my bank account and make sure that I didn't get got. That's how paranoid this show had me. I'm looking like, man, he getting got. Everybody else probably getting got too. If I was y'all, I would check y'all accounts. I mean, we don't know what's going on. He's tripping out. And of course, he's like, man, ain't no way all of this is going to go down like this. I need to get some answers. So, of course, he's going to have Veronique and his moms try to, help him out. But we know they ain't going to be able to do anything for him as of right now. Then we get to your boy Leon. And remember, Leon has been doing his research on law, news. He's making sure that he's ahead of the game this time around. And he's talking about since Franklin is done, I am done. And it's probably best that everybody else needs to be done as well because laws, they're about to change. And Leon is talking about the Anti-Drug Abuse Act in 1986. They even had one in 1988 as well. Your boy Ronald Reagan, I mean, he was on his stuff. He was like, look, we making sure all y'all drug dealers in the hood, you know what I'm saying, these urban communities, whatever, black and brown, y'all go down for, even small pieces of drugs on you. I mean, you serving all this time for having a small piece of, work on you. And Leon understood this. This is one of the biggest things back in the 80s and the early 90s on how the government was pretty much destroying the communities based off, these crimes. And this was just a way to lock up everybody. And they know who's going to be there. They know who's going to get locked up, black and brown. And the crazy thing about this whole thing is, remember at the very beginning of the season, Remember, it all started with Len Bias, the basketball player. He was drafted to the Boston Celtics. The very next day, he died of cocaine use. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to base it off that. And this whole act, they say, is based off what happened to him. And also, it was a football player. He played for the Cleveland Browns, Don Rodgers. He passed away as well from drug use. And they are trying to connect it all together. The government is pretty much saying, look, this is one of the reasons why we are, implementing this new drug law. Now, a lot of people say that this was just an excuse for the government to crack down on the hood anyway. Some say the government, they already wanted to do this regardless of, crack cocaine. The sad thing is, we know cocaine was being shipped into the country, not by blacks, originally, right? We know what cocaine from. It ain't from America. It ain't from Compton. It ain't from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't from Chicago. We know exactly where these drugs come from, Colombia, and I'm pretty sure there's some other places as well. But it's just sad because we know the government, they was getting their cut. They was taking off, some of that money from the whole drug thing and using that money and the funds for the war in Nicaragua. This is what Franklin did his research about, and this is what a lot of the show was about. But it's a lot of insight on what Leon is trying to do as far as tell his people, like, look, our time is running out. They ain't playing around. We got your boy Big Dion talking about, well, if you're out, I'm going to take over. I'm going to be the boss. Like, dude, he's trying to save your life. Like, you don't get it. And it's sad, even today, people still don't want to listen. You don't get it, Big Dion. So, I guess you lifting weights. You better continue to lift weights because you're going to need to be strong in that celly. Because I'm pretty sure your cellmate, he don't like those muscles, man. You're going to be up in there washing his drawers. I'm trying to tell you, he trying to save you, but you don't want to listen. So you might as well get ready for what's to come. And it's just sad. And Leon, he knows, like, man, these cats ain't going to listen. They ain't going to listen. It's going to be too late. They're going to get caught up with this whole new drug act coming in. And once it happens, they're going to be like, damn, Leon told us. He tried to tell us. Well, it's a little bit too late for that. Then we get to Franklin and Veronique, and Franklin is pissed off. He said, look, I know Teddy did this, so look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to meet up with Teddy and tell him I'm good. I want to get back into the game, and then I'm going to take him and make him suffer until he gives me my money back. Veronique says, look, you're going to mess around and get us all killed. That's not a good idea. You need to figure out a better way to do this. And Franklin, he's just losing it. Like, man, I cannot really believe this dude did this. What am I going to do? I have to figure out a new strategy to get this cake back. Now, we get to Teddy and his boy, Havmeyer or whatever. Now, Teddy is telling him he got 73 M's and the owner cannot get it back. He, of course, is talking about how the war in Nicaragua is pretty much coming to an end. They can use a little bit for that, but, they got 73 million, plain and simple, and he's going to donate, make a generous donation to his former employer, which we know is the CIA. Teddy, he's just using this as an opportunity to get back good with them. And Teddy does state that it is going to be a catch, though. He's not just going to donate money back to his former employer without getting something out of it. But we know Teddy, he got bigger issues because once those files get put out and Parissa gets snatched up, I'm pretty sure his whole routine and game plan is going to change in season 6. Then we get to your boy Ruben, and his peoples is telling him if he does not clean this up, if he does not get the information that he needs, he's pretty much done for. And Ruben, he's not about to go. He is not about to go for that. Now, of course, Avi, he's already knowing who Ruben is. He saw him at the wedding. He knew he looked kind of familiar. He understands that he is of Russian background. And Avi does tell Ruben that his parents was, I believe, Jews, Russian Jews or whatever. And also, we learned that Ruben, his father was Russian, or is Russian, right? And he states that his father was a diplomat. His father got stationed in Cuba, and this is where he met his mother at. His mother passed away, right? And this is where Ruben and his father moved back to Russia. So he has all this pressure on him to make sure he gets this information on Teddy, because if he doesn't, it's going to be bad news for him. Most likely, he's going to suffer. And this is what Avi is telling him. Like, look, you got problems yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one with problems. You have issues. You have to get this information. You got a dead agent and, of course, a lot of mess to clean up. So Avi is very smart. He understands who this dude is. And the files that he has obtained doesn't have anything in them. Avi is like, look, dude, you never leave the launch codes where the keys are. Like, it's just not going to happen. at least with me. So we know Ruben needs this information. He's begging your boy Avi, like, give me the information, please, whatever. And Avi, all he wants to do is just live. And we know this about Avi. He's already stated it in the past that he's going to do whatever he has to do to survive. He's not trying to have any issues. He tells Ruben to make sure he promises on his dead mother's grave that he will make sure he lives when it's all said and done. If he gives him this information, he just wants to live. Now, I knew Ruben was not going to allow Avi to live. When Avi, all he said that, look, all I'm trying to do is live when it's all said and done. And Ruben told him, you don't have no room to negotiate. So you mean to tell me I can't even negotiate my life? Ain't like I'm getting locked up or whatever. You just gonna flat out kill me. Once he stated that he's not in no room to negotiate, and then he started to act like he was cool and all that stuff, I'm looking like, ain't no way. This dude is definitely going to take out Avi when it's all said and done. But of course, Avi does give him the information. He's going to use it to go get that, intel on Teddy. And we know what's going to happen to your boy Avi. Now, we get to Avi's business and you can see it's in smokes. It's in flames. It's done for. So now Franklin is really getting more paranoid because he's like, man, I cannot get into contact with Teddy. I can't find Avi at all. My money is gone. What the hell is going on? Like, he just continuing to have a bad day. He cannot reach anybody and he's losing it. So you already know Franklin, he's going to continue to try to call Teddy until he's actually able to reach him, which he is able to reach him. He's telling him like, look, I made a mistake. I want to get back into the game. Teddy tells him, no, it's too late. If you want to do business, you do business with Aunt Louie, right? But Franklin's like, look, just cut the bull. Look, I know you took my money. Just give me my money back and we good. Teddy's like, look, I don't know what you're talking about. Because y'all know Teddy ain't going to just tell him he did it. Franklin called this dude a cracker. I mean, he really let it all out. Franklin is losing it, man. He's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure your life is a living hell. Anybody that's close to you, I'm going to take them out. You need to give me my money back. I'm not playing around with you. Of course, Teddy is telling him, look, if you think you lost everything, just wait. Like, just wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even about to be talking to me like that. So now Franklin understands, like, okay, this dude really is asking for it. I mean, Franklin was telling him he's going to spend every second that he has on this green earth to make sure that Teddy's life is a living hell, and he's not going to stop. But see, as I told you guys, Teddy thinks he's untouchable and that he can do whatever he wants to do. So now Franklin is going to have to show Teddy exactly who he is. Now Gustavo, he's finally seen the bug that's been planted at the spot. And of course, y'all know Gustavo, he's automatically thinking that it's Teddy. Remember, a few episodes back, Teddy showed him all those different devices that he had when he was trying to get some intel on Franklin, talking about he could not trust Franklin or whatever. So Gustavo was like, man, we should just leave. Like, I never did anything to Teddy at all. Why would he even do something like this to me? But as Franklin told him, Teddy will do the same thing to you. He will do the same thing to Aunt Louie as well. He's going to try to take all of y'all down. But Gustavo's like, look, we just going to leave. He got 13 M's stashed away. They gonna get the money and they just gonna leave. Teddy is probably not gonna, follow them at all. He has other things to be worrying about. So that is Gustavo's plan as of right now. Now Franklin, he is losing it, y'all. Now Veronique is telling him about the information as far as to keeping the downtown property. Y'all remember how Franklin, he was trying to get Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome to invest with him with this new property. And Franklin has put $6 million down on this property. But remember, he has to keep up with the payments. So Veronique is telling him, even if you sold all your properties, we still won't have enough to keep up with these payments. And most likely, we're going to lose out on this business. That means that $6 million down payment, it's gone. You're pretty much just screwed. And Franklin, he cannot believe it because he's like, man, like, I'm in debt. Like, I done did all this work and I ain't got nothing to show for it. Veronique tells him the properties that he did or does own, the value ain't going up because of the violence that's around. So it's not looking too good for Franklin at all. As I told y'all, Franklin did not have a good episode. Yes, he did make some moves towards the end of the episode, but man, at that beginning, it was definitely a struggle for him. Now, Gustavo and Franklin finally have a conversation. Franklin is trying to get some information from Gustavo. He's telling him that Teddy screwed him over, took his money, and he's going to do it to him next. And he wants some help from Gustavo because he's like, man, Teddy will talk to you. Help me out. I can take him out and we can get rid of this dude. But I don't blame Gustavo for doing what he's doing. He, in his mind, wants to protect his family. He understands that Teddy is very difficult to beat since he is working with the government, and for him, it's not worth the risk, and he has to leave. And Franklin was like, man, I saved your life. And Gustavo was like, well, I saved your life as well. So yes, they both have saved each other's life. And I understand the perspective of Gustavo, even though I wanted him to help Franklin out. Like I told you guys, Gustavo, he is just trying to protect his family and get the hell up out of there. The sad thing is Gustavo is being watched and he doesn't even know it. Them DEA boys on his neck. And once Gustavo hung up the phone and he pretty much didn't give Franklin anything, Franklin lost it. He's like, man, I thought this dude had my back. I thought I was good. Like I told you, every time Franklin thinks he has a solution, he gets knocked right back down. So he says, you know what? I guess I gotta call the devil. I guess I gotta call Queen Louie. He tells her, like, look, you're the only person that can help me out. He wants to meet up with her and have, a discussion about Teddy. And of course, Louie, she's like, okay, I'll meet up with you, but we know what time it is. Louie, she's not going to go for this. She said, look, I'm making sure Detective Bucko was there just in case Franklin tries to pull the old okey doke. Now, your girl Wanda, she done got her passport. She happy as hell. She's trying to leave the country. We know Leon and her are supposed to be going to Africa or whatever for a little bit. And Leon, he's not even in the right state of mind. He doesn't even seem happy anymore. We got Big Dion and all them out there acting a fool. I mean, they doing too much. They don't really even seem like they care about what's really going on. The sad thing is Leon, as I told you guys earlier, he understands what's about to happen. He understands what the government is doing and that his people are at risk. He really wants to help fix things, but as I told you, it doesn't seem like Big Dion and them listening, and they might as well get ready to be scrubbing them drawers up in that celly because from the looks of it, that's definitely looking like that's what's going to be in their future. But y'all let me know about this. I am glad that Leon was able to survive. You know what I'm saying? I had him up on my list as far as being taken out, but your boy Leon definitely made it through, him and Uncle Jerome. Then we get to Teddy and Parissa, and Teddy, he has to go in and grab these files and get up out of there. Now, I told y'all about Parissa. I told y'all in the past on why she should have just left, took the money Teddy gave her, and just kept it moving. But she wanted to stick around, be a little freak up in Hollywood, and of course, she's going to pay for it in this episode. Now, Teddy goes into the spot. He understands that someone else is there. He hears the drop. We know Ruben dropped, I believe, like the flashlight that he had. And I'm looking like, man, so this dude Teddy about to take out Ruben. Then I remember, like, man, Ruben does look familiar. That's because Ruben, the actor that plays Ruben, he also played El Chapo in Narcos. So El Chapo said, you know what? I ain't going for that. He got the files. He got up out of there. And then as he was getting up out of there, we know who he saw. Parissa, she was trying to duck down, like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't trying to be seen. But see, messing around with Teddy, trying to be a part of the game. This is the consequences of the game. And Teddy already knew. He's like, man, he ain't in here. And he knew that Parissa's life was in danger. Look at her. See, you wanted to be a little freak up in Hollywood. Now you end up getting snatched up by your boy El Chapo, or, Ruben. So he snatches her up, which I don't blame him. I mean, I was hoping he'd do something, because if he allowed her to walk away from this, that would have been a huge mistake. I'm glad that he took her. I'm glad that Teddy is, worrying about what's going to happen. See, now Teddy is like, man, I done slipped up. He's looking very worried because now he has to clean this up. But this time around, it's not going to be that easy because you don't even know who's after you. You think Franklin is the only one. You have no idea. You got El Chapo and the KGB on your neck, and you're going to see them in season 6. Now, your boy, Gustavo, he's like, look, I got to get up out of here. He goes to collect his money. Now, I do believe he did state that he had 13 M's, and he's trying to get up out of there. But now, it's a little bit too late for that. As I told y'all, I believe Gustavo was being watched all episode long. They was just waiting for this dude to go collect that money, right? And the DEA caught him slipping, and we already know who this dude is. This dude, we see him in the past, and he's telling Gustavo, remember me? We saw this dude at the wedding, and in prior episodes as well in Snowfall, and he's finally caught back up with Gustavo, and it's not looking too good for him. What's going to happen to Gustavo, y'all? Y'all let me know down below. Now, we get to Queen Louie, and she's having a conversation with Franklin. Now, of course, Franklin is telling her he wants to team up with her in order to take down Teddy. He's like, look, on your next drop, let me know where it's at. I need to take this dude out. If he's going to do it to me, he's going to do it to you next. And Louie is like, screw all that. She said, look, it's my turn now. Like, you had your turn with Teddy. I don't believe, or I don't even know what he's going to do to me, but it's my turn. I want to continue to do business with him, right? Now, Franklin, he ain't playing around no more. He's pushed to the edge, right? And he's like, look, you going to tell me where Teddy at. And look, matter of fact, I'm not even asking you. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. And he tells Aunt Louie, look, if I could, I would kill you 10 times over. Because Aunt Louie told him, like, look, so you going to shoot me right here? Like, really? You going to do this to me? And Franklin didn't give a damn. He's like, look, I ain't got time to be playing around with you. You went behind my back. And now these are the consequences. Detective Bucko came up out of nowhere. Aunt Louie been giving him that coke. That dude eating. And of course, he slips up on Franklin. Aunt Louie catches Franklin slipping. She knew that this dude would probably be at his boiling point, and he probably will be willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. I mean, this is what Franklin told Aunt Louie in the past, that he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that he's good, right? Now, Aunt Louie tells him, look, we ain't going to let you go like that, because Detective Bucko's like, look, I can end him right here, right now. Aunt Louie talking about, you know, due to the respect of Jerome, she's not going to do this to him. But the next time, she's going to take him out. As I told you guys in my quick thoughts, early impressions, this was the biggest mistake that you can possibly do, Louie. Because if you had the opportunity to take Franklin out, if you have the motive, it was right then and right there. I mean, you make two back-to-back biggest mistakes of your life. Going behind Franklin's back, making a deal with Teddy was one thing. But having the opportunity to take out Franklin was another. You slipped up, and as I told you guys, she's definitely going to pay for those actions. Now, Franklin, he's pissed off. He's like, look, I ain't got nothing else. This is who I am. I'm a monster. I'm willing to die for this. He goes to Veronique and tells her, look, I got to go handle some business. And, you know, it is what it is, right? Veronique makes a call. And a lot of you guys been talking about she's calling her mom. So in season 6, who's going to play her mother? I can't wait to see who it is. You guys let me know who y'all think is going to be. And we know her mom is a con artist. She's taught Veronique so many different things. Veronique is talking about so many different stories about her mom. So I definitely cannot wait for that. Now, we get to Franklin. He meets up with Black Diamond in Dallas. He lets them know, like, look, it's about to go down. So whatever we're about to do, if y'all got any doubts, let me know right now. They said, F it. Let's get it popping. Now we get back to Ruben in Ivy, and of course we already know what Ruben was going to do once he got the intel from Ivy. He decides to take his life, and I'm looking like, man, your boy Ivy, the OG, triple OG, his time has come. And of course Ivy, he does his prayer or whatever, because he knows, you know what I'm saying, he knows this is it, so he wants to put himself at peace. This is the lifestyle, and this is what comes with it. And it was kind of sad seeing Ivy go. Like I told you guys, you know, based on Ivy's character and what we saw in the past, yes, he will give up information to protect himself. Franklin knew this. Everybody else knew it as well. Ruben said he cannot trust Ivy, so he decided to just take him out. Look, he's going to take him out anyway. If Ivy didn't give him any information, or he did give him information, the dude was going to eliminate him at all costs, because he is a liability and he cannot have that on his back. And dealing with the whole KGB thing, they ain't about to sit up here and allow this dude to live, so they had to get rid of him. But man, your boy Ivy, man, you know, a Snowfall OG. And once those original characters, those big original characters start to go, you already know the show in itself, the story is coming to an end. And as Ivy, you know, was dying in that scene, they played Phil Collins in the Air Tonight. And once they played that, man, as I told y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I got goosebumps. I'm looking like, oh shit, it's getting serious now. When they play that Phil Collins in the Air Tonight, you know it's about to go down. And the way they ended the whole episode was so classic. Franklin is like, screw it. Look what we gonna do. We gonna go to Louis' spots. We gonna take out all her people. We gonna take this money, and, you know, I'm not playing around anymore. The way that they went in and executed this game plan was crazy. And everything that Franklin represented and all the things that he's been through, you can see it on his face. He had that fearless look like, man, it can go down right here. It can go down anywhere. You saw it all over his face, his body language. It spoke volumes, right? And of course, we know Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome, they got that page. They got that page like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's bad news. So as Uncle Jerome predicted, you can see it on his face earlier on in the episode. He knew Franklin being out was going to be a problem. And of course, everything that played out between Franklin and Aunt Louie is going to be bad news when it's all said and done. And now they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do because Franklin, he's not playing around anymore. And you can see Aunt Louie looking at Jerome like, man, this ain't going to end well. I'm going to tell you right now, who y'all think Uncle Jerome going to choose? He already told Louie he's not going to be going back and forth. He's not going to have, a family war. That's his blood. So Jerome, you best to be getting ready for your decision because as of right now, the time is running out and Aunt Louie is, at a whole nother level. You got to figure out if you want to be down for all of this, but it just may be a little bit too late. Now, Franklin, he's walking with Black Diamond Dallas. Of course, he's teamed up with one of Kane's boys and they ain't playing around at all. Franklin doesn't waste any words. Now, in my final predictions video, I talked about what your boy Franklin will talk to Kane about. If you've been following my channel, I've been talking about this conversation for at least 3 to 4 episodes because I'm looking like, man, what is he going to tell Kane in that hospital bed? And Franklin, he doesn't waste time. He tells him, Louie did this to you. You know what I'm saying? Louie was the one to put out the hit on you. And you can tell once Kane heard that, his blood pressure rose up. He was pissed. He's like, okay, so I see what time it is. And as we talked about in the past, as Leon stated, when Kane finds out, because he will, you better be ready for what's to come. So Aunt Louie, you got a lot on your plate. You're going up against people that's going to try to eliminate you at all costs. And I'm expecting to, it to be a whole lot of bodies that's going to get dropped off in season 6. Now, Gustavo's family, they're trying to figure out where in the hell he's at. But we already know what time it is. His chick, she can't really tell the kids the truth. She knows what time it is. She knows most likely Gustavo is not coming back. I mean, hey, it is what it is with that. Gustavo is definitely going to have to figure out a way to get himself out of that gym. Teddy's already told him he doesn't care about him. He showed you that through his actions, and I can't wait to see the rest of that story. Now, Franklin is looking at the family picture because once upon a time, the family was all good. It was all cool with each other, but now it is not the case, right? Franklin has told his mother, like, look, I've done everything that I could. Yes, he made mistakes. We know Franklin's made mistakes. We held him accountable for those mistakes. Franklin has apologized to everyone about the mistakes that he has made. And I'm talking about everyone. And he said he did the right thing by, walking away from the game, letting her have what she wanted, even with Teddy. He tried to step away, but it seems like that approach was not good enough and he gets screwed over anyway, right? He tells his mom, like, look, you did whatever you had to do to, raise me. You did it all. And I respect you for that. I love you for that. You tried your best to raise me the right way. And, it's not your fault for who I am and the choices that I have made. This is who I am. Franklin understands that he is a monster and he understands what he's going to do to get back what he's worked hard for, right? And he's willing to die for this. You know what I'm saying? Especially on how everything has played out. He's like, screw all that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I got a baby on the way, but this is the lifestyle that I chose. So these are the consequences. And I'm willing to go out there and risk it all to get back what I worked so hard for. And if I got to die for it, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, Moms is like, look, you know what I'm saying? I know what you're going through, son, but you want Teddy, right? I can get you some intel on Teddy. I met some people in Cuba. She lets him know about the whole KGB thing and that, look, we can fight fire with fire. If you want to get Teddy back, we can get him. We can eliminate him. And Franklin is like, look, mama, we going to have to burn this whole motherfucking down. We're going to have to burn it all down because ain't no time to be playing around anymore. These people, you know what I'm saying, they went behind my back, made all these different moves. As he told his mom, he tried to fix it, but that did not work. So Franklin and his moms, they've been pushed to the limit. Sissy, she's already, made it known that she's willing to do whatever it takes to protect her son. She understands that she's in this as well. What happened to Alton and, the things that's been going on this season, she's willing to die for it as well and to protect their future. And it seems like in season 6, man, this whole family war is about to blow up. We got the KGB Franklin. We got Sissy going up against, of course, Aunt Louie, Teddy, the CIA, it's about to go down, man. And I got a feeling it's not going to end well. As I already stated, ain't gonna be no happy endings for no one, right? It's no happy endings at all. And I cannot wait to see how they're going to end off this series, man. This season finale, it was crazy. The way they built it up and how the ending came was incredible, man. Franklin was starting off taking L after L, and at the beginning of the episode, everybody just wanted Franklin to go off. They wanted Franklin to catch bodies to get payback, and he was not able to do it. And it took so much for him to finally say, this is who I am. I guess I'm going to have to show them the monster that I truly am. And that's exactly what he did at the end of the episode. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure he gets back what he's worked so hard for. But unfortunately, as I told you guys, it ain't gonna end well for no one, because we know no one wins when the family feuds. And as I told you guys, Uncle Jerome, he has a decision to make. And to me, he's already made the decision, but it's going to be tested in season 6. He's told Aunt Louie he ain't trying to be going back and forth with his family. He tried to stay out of it, but Uncle Jerome, you're in it now. You probably should have checked Aunt Louie a long time ago and put her in her place, letting her know, like, look, you can't go out there making moves behind his back. As I already stated in the past, I'm not mad at Aunt Louie as far as wanting to make deals with Teddy. If that's what she wants to do, so be it. But it's the principles behind all of it. You don't go behind his back. If you're going to do it, let him know. Like, look, Franklin, you know, I understand you don't want me going to the plug, Teddy, but I want to go and have a conversation with him. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, so be it. But at least I am letting you know. And if she does it, so be it. But at least she gave him the upfront, you know, honest answer, and she didn't go behind his back, catching him off guard. That's the mistake. And if she wanted to do business for real, maybe she should have just went to the Colombians like she stated earlier on in the season. She could have just went to them and did business, but no, she knew what she was doing, y'all. She knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to be at front, as Franklin stated, and now, welcome to the front. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody at your head, and it's not going to end well. It's going to be bad news, man. But I guess in season 6, I guess, you know what I'm saying, Aunt Louie, she going to witness the strength of street knowledge by your boy Franklin Saint. They ended off the episode with Straight Outta Compton, and I'm looking like, man. We need that season 6 trailer. We need something. We got to wait a whole, year out to see the final season of Snowfall, and I cannot wait. But we still going to talk about Snowfall. We are smoking on that Ivy pack tonight, but it is what it is. He is a Snowfall OG, and this is the lifestyle that he's chose, and eventually it's going to have to happen. And in season 6, I'm pretty sure we're going to be smoking on a whole lot of packs because everybody ain't making it. It's not going to happen that way. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support. Thank you guys for supporting me once again with Snowfall. We're going to continue to talk about Snowfall throughout the week, talk about different storylines, characters, and what we can expect for the next upcoming season. So stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.